maintain it pretty good. But like it's kind of hot because before I knew I was going to be here for a little bit and stuff, so I had to like stoke it up pretty good so it could burn while I was gone.
He just keeps going.
Keeps going. Dude.
He just keeps going.
Oh, keeps going. You were talking about cooking. That's
what's happening. Guys?
That's my passion.
Right.
Passion of the cook.
Right, dude. You are the cook.
It's pretty good, dude. Yeah,
you are the cook, and everybody likes to like talk about your food.
I know. Yeah, it's like that. Like Chelsea talked about on the radio one time. I had people texting me like, "Hey, I just heard something about your deviled eggs on the radio." I'm like, "What?"
Did she mention your name?
I don't know if she mentioned my name or people saw me post a Facebook picture and knew that that's the one she was talking about. Because I like messaged her. I'm like, "Did you talk about my deviled eggs on the radio?" She's like, "Yeah." I'm like, "Fuck." I literally had like 5 people text me asking me about those deviled eggs, dude.
That's amazing.
Yeah.
Dude.
Christy Mack liked my deviled egg picture.
No way.
Swear to God, the only picture she's like 2 of my food pictures.
Really?
2 of them, dude.
Dude.
About to get remarried. Just kidding.
She liked your eggs.
She liked my eggs. Yeah, just kidding. Yeah, no, I'm just kidding. She, yeah, but I just thought that's cool, right? Because I mean, she's the closest thing to a celebrity that's ever liked. I mean, celebrity, if that's what you want to call her, I guess she is.
Sure. Well,
in some circles.
Welcome to the Mind Snacks podcast. We are here on a Wednesday night. It's what, May 22nd?
Yeah. I looked at my watch. It don't have the date on it.
The 22.
Yeah, it's the 22nd.
I've got mine. Tyler, how you doing tonight, buddy?
Doing good.
Yeah.
Busy day, dude.
Yeah.
Busy. Busier than shit.
Want to talk about it?
I mean, got to work. I didn't even get to work. I pulled in the parking lot and I got on my work phone and looked at my email and I'm like, fuck. Saw an email come through and like about
busy,
that.
Like with work stuff?
Well, both. Like, so that happened this morning and then I had to climb around on a semi all day, like till like lunch.
Yeah.
Then got home. Dan Man's over. We're building the chicken coop.
Ooh, nice. How many chickens do you have now?
well, I'm allowed to have 4.
Yeah. Oh, you're only allowed to have 4 in town?
I'm allowed to have 4.
Okay.
Yeah. So in town, you're allowed to own 4 hens.
Okay.
No roosters. But when I bought my fucking chickens, the hatchery, they're like, oh yeah, we threw an extra chicken in there. I'm like, I don't need an extra chicken, dude. I literally bought 4 fucking chickens because I want 4 fucking chickens.
Wow.
Like, I don't know if they thought one was not going to make it or what.
They were just being kind.
Well, yeah, they said like sometimes
They were just being
Well,
kind.
that's what I heard. That sometimes they don't
sometimes
like goldfish.
Yeah, sometimes they just throw an extra one in or whatever. But it's like,
If it lives, it's chicken nuggets.
dude, it's
Right.
fucking, and that fucker is still alive. Yeah, here's a update on the progress pic.
Okay.
Progress
Oh,
pic on
yeah.
the chicken coop. Like, I
Okay.
can't really see it very good, but
I don't know.
it's
I don't know. You should send me those things so I can put them on the.
yeah. Nick, I'll start doing that. Like,
Yeah.
and then we
Yeah.
yeah.
We can
But
always
yeah,
do that.
Progress pic. So Dan Man's over there now, getting sort of wrapped up. Like we gotta order
Okay.
the roofing and the siding. Like it's a legit coop. Like
Nice.
Allie said if it's gonna build one, it's got to be nice. So
I'm surprised you're allowed to have like that kind of setup in town. That's pretty cool. Though.
So-
I mean, I'm not like
so-
I'm not like God. Why do they allow that? I'm just like I'm surprised
So
that that's a thing.
full discretion. You're not. You can.
It's full disclosure, by the way.
Full disclosure. Yeah. So I said, but you're not technically.
Okay.
You can. So like that is just a little bit longer than it's supposed to be. It's supposed to be a 4x8.
Longer.
4x8. That's a 4x10.
Okay.
But 4x8's the footprint you have to keep. That's it.
Okay.
I'm listening because we just got chickens ourselves. And
Oh yeah.
yeah. So,
Are you in town?
Yeah.
Are you
Yeah,
guys
out there.
technically in town where you are?
Yeah, Tipton
Okay.
Lakes.
Yeah.
I mean, we're not the good part of Tipton Lakes. We're kind of the side.
You're on Terrace Lake Road.
Yeah.
Yeah, is that like there's no?
It's not the fancy.
Is there
Tipton Lakes,
is there
though.
an HOA there or no?
Yeah.
Do they let you have them?
I hope so.
Well, so sometimes, like I know some people like in town that want chickens, but they're in an HOA in town and they're not allowed to have them.
Right.
Yeah, we're going to find out.
Cross that bridge when you get there.
Yeah. See how long we can keep it.
Sure.
So
It's
that's
kinda-
what I'm gonna do with my 5th chicken, dude. I'm just gonna throw it out there till someone bitches about it.
I'm letting the girlfriend deal with that because it's totally not my idea. Like every time we get little animals like that, I always end up being the one to feed them. So
Yep.
I'm just like,
Oh,
you
dude.
guys got this one.
Derek
Yeah.
Schubert asks if you need any wood. You need any wood, Tyler? I think he's actually being serious too.
I do like Dan Man just went and bought the last of the wood today.
Okay.
Well, I guess it depends on what kind of wood. Like, I still need to build 2 doors.
Right. Okay.
Well, at least one door that's going to be solid wood.
Yeah.
But I don't know. Yeah, it depends on the kind of wood. I guess
You might just need that wood, Derek.
maybe.
Yeah.
Yeah. It's the coop. It came along good. Like it's going to be awesome when it's all the way done.
Well, apparently the co-host and the guest tonight both
But we're
both building chicken
we're farmers,
coops.
dude.
Chicken farmers.
Fucking
In
chicken
town.
farmers.
You guys
Chicken.
are big city greens.
Hey.
Holy shit, you
Hey.
guys are big city greens.
We call it urban chicken farming. Okay.
That's big city greens. I don't give a shit what you call it.
yeah.
Have you seen
Urban-
that show?
No.
You've never seen Big City Greens.
Is it like a YouTube series?
It's a Disney cartoon.
Oh fuck no.
It's not a Disney cartoon. I mean, maybe it's kind of a Disney cartoon.
I mean, I'm not dogging it because it's a Disney cartoon. I mean, I use
it's
Amelia
it's
to
a
watch
cartoon.
anything. I
It's a
watched
cartoon.
Slumberland the other day,
Yeah.
pretending like Amelia's watching Slumberland. She ain't know what's going on, dude. That
Right.
movie's sad as fuck, by the way.
No, Big City Greens is like a cartoon. Like my nephews love it, and like
Okay.
it'll be on TV. It's either Big City Greens or Bluey, and
yeah, dude.
I love both of them.
See, we're Mush Mush or Bluey.
Yeah,
You ever watch Mush Mush and the Mushables?
I've never watched Mush
Dude.
and the Mushables. My kids, I think, are probably a little too old. Probably a little too old for Bluey too, but who doesn't love Bluey?
Dude, I've watched Bluey like 4 times all the way through.
That's a quality show.
See, yeah,
Absolutely,
see,
it's a quality show.
I think it's so good because like dads can relate to the dad, right? Bandit. They're
Oh,
like,
yeah.
like
you
dads can totally relate to him because he's just like, fuck, I don't want to fucking do this. But
Bandit
he does
takes
it,
the shaft
but he
all
does
the
it anyway.
time.
But he does
Dude,
it
he
anyway.
takes the
dude.
shaft all the time, but here it
Makes you
is.
feel terrible
Yeah.
about
Yeah.
who you are.
Yeah.
You're like, I
Yeah.
can't compete with this.
No.
Yeah, like,
right.
yeah, like even if he hates fucking doing it, he's doing it.
Right.
Like even if he hates, I'm like, fuck. Amazing gonna see this shit, and he's like, well, fucking Bingo does it or Bandit does it. I'm like,
Right.
There was
All
an
right.
episode the other night. He kept turning off the TV so he can go play with the kids. He's
Yeah,
trying to watch a
dude.
game. I was like, told my daughter, I said, no.
ain't happening. Ain't happening.
can't
Yeah,
do it.
dude. He gets down like on all fours, fucking plays like horsey and shit. I'm like, woo.
Something to aspire to.
Isn't
needs-
that weird? Like when a dog gets down on all fours? Like is that like a
I
thing
think it's
to-
funny how like
a
the,
cause for concern?
like the little baby ones or whatever, like chew on toys like they're not supposed to, right? And then
Right.
there's they just got to learn not to do. It's like what?
Yeah.
Well, I just found out what their jobs were.
What's her job? I still don't
What's
know.
the dad? He's a.
What, they have
Doesn't
jobs.
the mom work at the airport and she sniffs out luggage?
Oh, I didn't know that.
Yeah, and the dad, he's like, I think he's an archaeologist, so he digs up bones.
Okay.
I didn't know any of that.
So I knew the dad had a job because like some episodes he has a tie on, like, oh,
Yeah,
going to
yeah.
work, bud.
I
but I never knew what he did.
That's what I heard. I was like,
So
what?
I did not even realize that level of creativity with that show. By the way, I have a cutoff T-shirt on. It's hot as balls. In
Dude,
here.
it's fucking hot.
I can't believe you're wearing a sweater.
Oh, it's yeah.
Respect
I had
that I
to.
called it a sweater.
Yeah.
Okay?
Yeah, you know what you do.
Because I know what I'm doing.
You know a little bit about hockey.
But it's hot as balls. But no, the cleverness of all that you just said. Bluey digs up bones.
No, Bandit.
Or Bandit. No, not Bluey. Bandit has a job digging up archaeologist.
No, well, that's news to me too.
Digging up bones.
Digging up bones.
That's I haven't.
Because I
That's just
remember
what
like the
I've been told.
episode in like the third season where they had to, where they were going to sell their house because they were moving because the dad got a job in a new city.
Yeah.
Probably had to go to new.
And then the
they go
mom
Yep.
works at the airport.
sniffing out.
They works at
drugs.
the airport.
Sniffing out drugs.
That's
dude.
so sick, dude.
Official. That's
Yeah.
quality.
Like,
man.
there's nothing ever in the world that I hear about Bluey that I'm like, I hate that. I don't hate anything
Yeah,
about it.
yeah,
that
indeed.
show is wholesome. That show
Yeah.
is funny.
Yeah,
That show
Yeah,
teaches
the-
good
the
life
thing-
lessons.
Like the thing. Have you ever watched it? Like the end, it's like, oh, Australian government, right? Because obviously all an Australian-based show,
Yeah.
probably. And then like all the credits are in Chinese for some reason. Every time I watch it, I'm like, I never quite understood that. Like, I'd like to know the credits, right, just to see who's the genius behind this shit. But
Our guest in studio tonight, rocking the New York Rangers sweater,
That's right.
even though it's hot as balls in here.
Let's
they
go
call them
Because
sweaters
tonight
for
is
hockey?
game one. Yeah, they call them sweaters for hockey.
For hockey.
Yep.
Yep. There's so much to be said about this
Game
man.
one.
Chicken farmer,
Chicken farmer,
hockey aficionado,
hockey aficionado.
and for the second time now, published author,
Published
my man, JD Clason. Welcome to the Mind Snacks Podcast.
Well, thank
What's
you
up,
for
dude?
having me on again.
Hell yeah,
guys.
hell yeah.
You've made me an official two-timer.
Yeah. No, see,
And one my girlfriend won't beat me up about.
okay, I like
Yeah.
that. All right. Well, I mean, we're night's still young.
Yeah.
You know what I
Play-
mean?
We'll
you
see.
play your cards right.
Night's still young, dude. How are
This is the couch.
It's the couch, dude. It just wipes clean too.
dude? How are you doing?
Good, man.
Yeah.
Good. I'm thrilled to be back on here
Yeah.
with you guys.
What's the latest and greatest?
Well, trying to do a bunch of things at once. Still got the full-time job.
Yeah.
You know, still trying to pass off some books as literature.
Yeah,
You
yeah.
know, to the public, but
Right.
yeah, it's a hard business.
How did the first? Because we were on like you were getting ready to release the first. So how did that go?
It went pretty good. I was pleasantly surprised. At,
Okay.
like how I mean, obviously I'm not retired. It's not unlike
yeah.
But
It's like anything. Probably you just got to build up.
yeah.
right?
I mean, you don't. It's not overnight.
Yeah.
But it was a. I did submit it for a science fiction award that it became a semifinalist for.
Oh, that yeah.
Cygnus Science Fiction Award.
Yeah.
And yeah, so like the whole year I was following this and it kept going up and up. And I was like, holy crap, man.
Yeah.
That might be possible.
Well, and like things like that. That sometimes like some stuff like that. Like even if you don't win, becoming a finalist and stuff, kind of
Yeah.
like skyrockets
Oh,
you a little
it
bit.
was-
Yeah, because people are
gets
watching
the name
this
out
and
there.
they
Yeah.
see-
It was just like validation of like, man, I did it right. You know?
Right.
Yeah.
Like
Right.
somebody besides myself was saying this is a decent book, which is what I need.
Yeah.
I like it. Well, the new book is called The Life of Fish,
Yeah,
and
it's-
you see it looks like that. That's the
Yeah.
cover. I threw that up there.
Nice.
The Life of Fish. So, talk briefly about, and I don't want you to give it away. Now,
Right.
I asked you this question before we went on, because when I got online, it said it's a novella.
Right.
Explain kind of briefly, like, what a novella is to people who may not know.
All right. Well,
Me being one of those people.
Yeah, right.
let me preface with this book was way harder to write than the last one. It was like I kind of went out of my comfort zone with it. It's a novella. It's basically like a shorter novel, right?
Okay.
So and they got all kinds of like short story, novella, novel, you know. But yeah, I didn't intend it to be that long. I didn't even know I was going to finish it. I just kind of started writing it out of like I needed to.
Right.
Yeah.
I guess for personal reasons. And yeah, so just a shorter novel.
Right.
That would have been my second guess.
Right.
What was first guess would have been all in Spanish.
Okay. Okay.
Right.
A novella, dude. It's
a
just
novella.
a Spanish
It
book.
does kind of sound like
That's not to just be a Spanish book.
Right.
It might have Spanish. That might be where it comes
There
from.
you go. Yeah, maybe. Yeah.
You never know.
But-
Yeah.
Yeah.
Okay. Now I know novella shorter.
But yeah, this one, like, even though it was shorter, it was like so hard to write because it was, I changed, it was intentional. Like, I wanted to do something that wasn't science fiction. I wanted to do something that wasn't plot driven. I wanted to write about people and like what they're going through, like the emotional, what they're going through.
Well, yeah, I mean, I guess that would be a thing, like start from the beginning,
Yeah.
right? Like give us because I don't have, like, I know when we had you on for Salvation,
Right.
like I had the kind of
Right. And even
epilogue or prelogue or whatever.
even on the back of the book blurb or what they call it,
Right.
what it's about, I was kind of vague about it because it's hard to explain.
Yeah.
It's basically just we'll call him Dwight.
Okay.
That's the main character. It's basically about his journey. He's getting ready to turn 40 years old. I think it's something like a lot of people can relate to. But
Have you've been through that, right?
Right,
Okay.
right.
I've also been through
yeah,
that.
yeah. But he's getting ready to turn 40 years
Tyler,
old.
soon, buddy.
You might want to read it.
It's coming.
I'm 32, dude. Yeah. I'm just reading. I'm like, fucking God.
But,
you don't think 8 years flies by?
Dude, you like time flies.
Dude.
It seems like Amelia was just born. She's almost 8 months old. Feel like she was just this tiny little baby like 3 weeks ago.
Right.
Like, it's fucking crazy.
Yeah. But and he doesn't have kids in it. But it's kind of the point, like he's seeing his life like where he is now and he's not where he thought he would be.
Right.
And his wife resents him for being boring, I guess.
Oh wow.
And he's just kind of like he's just coasting through, like kind of stoically, just observing everything around him instead of taking part. But it just kind of shows his journey as like his life kind of comes down around him,
Right.
and he builds it back up.
Interesting.
So it's not really plot driven, like I said. So it's kind of hard to explain it.
Okay.
It's more about like just dealing. When I first started writing it, it's more like, what is happiness for each person, and how do you find that, and what does it mean to you?
Okay.
So it's just kind of
Yeah, it sounds interesting.
it's more of an analysis, I guess. Like
Wait, so is
character
it
study.
out already or?
Yeah, it
just
released
came
May
out.
20th, right?
Yeah,
Okay,
so
okay.
a couple days ago.
Okay.
Sold
Now-
a few copies already.
Now you
Yeah,
said
there you go.
we couldn't get that signed copy tonight.
Couldn't. I tried.
Little
I-
excited about that
I know.
signed
I ordered
copy.
it I ordered a bunch of copies like 2 weeks ago.
Yeah.
I was supposed to do a book signing down in Seymour,
Okay.
and this is a big group book signing,
yeah.
like many authors. So it wasn't just
Right.
like for me,
Yeah.
unfortunately. But
Yeah,
One day.
happy.
ordered
One
it-
day.
Yeah.
Yeah.
One
What?
day.
Yeah.
One
Like,
day.
who's that guy that you always see like advertise books on like late night TV, true crime or whatever? What's his name? You know what I'm talking about?
No.
Fuck. Yeah.
I know I've seen it. I
He
can't
writes
think
like
of who it was.
crime novels, or whatever.
Right.
Yeah. Yeah. If you ever need a groupie, whenever you go around doing book signings, man, you just call me up.
Oh yeah,
Yeah.
I knew that.
I'll be a groupie.
Hype man.
Hype man.
Tyler
That
would
sounds a lot
be-
better than groupie.
Sounds way better.
Way
than
better,
groupie.
dude. Hype man. I like that better.
Tyler would be a great
I'm a fucking hype man.
groupie.
Dude.
Hype man.
Hype man. Whatever.
You need all the help you can get with
Yeah.
books, man.
Yeah.
Because like it's such a like, like being a musician, like being a rock star, it's an easy sell, but like books they're a hard sell
Oh, I can't imagine.
because
So are you ever going to do
Podcasts are also
a
difficult
very
to sell.
hard sell?
oh yeah.
Are you gonna do? I don't know about the if there's an audiobook version of the first book yet. So, but are you gonna? Because I know audiobooks are like some people would be
Yeah.
more apt to like get an go to Audible and get an audiobook
Yeah.
before they would.
I thought about that, and I'm probably missing out big time by not doing it. It's money.
Yeah,
to do it.
Yeah,
it's
we'll
like-
we'll get these mics set up, and you could just have Patrick read your books in here because he's got an awesome radio voice.
Patrick's voice is great.
Yeah, Pat, dude, fucking, you give him a case of beer, he'd fucking read the shit out of
That's
a book.
affordable. I can afford that.
That's what
Yeah.
I'm saying.
Yeah,
Dude,
right.
But Patrick's got a great radio voice, dude.
He does.
That is something I've thought about.
Either him or Samuel L. Jackson.
I don't know. Like I've always felt like. Do you remember a while back when I got that children's book and brought it on the show, and I read it, and I was because at that time in my life I was like, I could narrate children's books. I know I could.
Which book was it?
I can't remember what it was called. It was when we were in the studio in my house.
Oh, dude, that's a blur.
Studio 2. Yeah, absolute blur. Absolute blur.
That was a blur. Wait, with the second house or first house?
No, the second house.
Okay, still kind of a blur.
Well, yeah, because
The first house was just a party.
The
studio.
first house was nothing but a party. The second house, we ate obnoxious amounts of cereal. And that's all I can remember about that studio.
I still feel like I
amounts of
could have
cereal
done better in that.
And Thunder Monkey.
I still got a CD, dude.
A shirt's over there.
Yeah, I still got the CD. I haven't opened it yet, but I have it.
Yeah, me too.
Mainly because I don't have a CD player.
Yeah, me neither. People will give me CDs at the bar for their stuff, and I'm like, I don't know.
have a CD player, dude.
Get to a few comments. Sven Kreutz says, "What's good, Tyler? I'm tired of seeing you every day."
Yeah, dude. I see him at work. I just saw him at Kroger the other day. I don't remember when I went to Kroger, yesterday or Monday.
Ooh,
saw him at Kroger.
Megan Shepard has a great suggestion. She says, has he made any TikToks for his book?
Man,
Book Talk can really launch authors.
I've heard of Book Talk.
Yeah.
And it's just, I'm TikTok illiterate.
Yeah.
I signed up for it and I could not figure out
Yeah.
how to work
Dude,
it.
I can't
okay.
I try to make them for my food, and I'm not good at
I
it
will
either.
actually offer you this. I'm decent at it. The problem that I have with TikTok is when you get, because like there's a level of TikToks that anybody can do.
Yeah.
And it's pretty good. And then there's a level of TikToks where these guys that are really making firepower videos are using professional setups, and I don't have that. I just don't have that. You know, I have this.
Yeah, that's like another thing is like I see the guy locally, Ryan Fur Creative. You ever seen it? So that guy, he like does awesome. Obviously
He's good.
Obviously he's professional, right?
Absolutely.
But like I thought about for like some of the food, like when I do those events or whatever, I thought about doing like having him make me like a video of stuff for like that way I can. Because I mean I've already booked like 3 or 4 catering events later this year, but it'd be nice to have videos like that you could just put out there so people can kind of know what to expect.
Yeah, see, I used to do like YouTube videos a lot for backpacking and stuff, and I thought about that, and I'm just like, man, I don't have the technological brains.
Well, the thing about videos is like cell phone cameras are getting pretty good.
Yeah,
the tools you can purchase for yourself, like those little like gimbals or whatever, like can literally make a cell phone video absolutely shine. And like I've got the iPhone 15, the camera is ridiculous.
So all my food that I post, all those pictures, and I feel like they looked very good.
Yeah.
For like food pics, that's just all iPhone and Instagram, dude.
Right. Yeah. And Instagram does a pretty good job.
And like I do have like decent lighting. Like I have like a ring light thing that I can either put my phone in or it's like real big. I can like put that on stuff. But like lighting and that's a big thing.
That's one thing I do about modern technology is how it's made everything, everybody is capable of doing something anymore.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? Right. Like anybody could do a TV show, you could do a podcast and I could publish books.
And our teachers told us in fucking school, you're never going to have that in your pocket.
The gatekeepers are getting like less and less, like everybody's able to do what
everybody's able to do their stuff.
Yeah. Well, like
the problem is though, like when you look at, and I thought about this very thing today. I'm actually really glad you said that because it was like, man, anybody can do what I'm sitting here, what we're sitting here doing now. Anybody can do it now. I mean, literally, you can do this really, really well with a few $1,000s.
Yeah.
Which is about what I have and what we have. And I'm sure that I could learn lessons about how to use this stuff better if I just.
And that's the ticket is like with lesser equipment and more skill or like knowledge on it, you can do a lot. Like
absolutely.
Because like we could have the best cameras in the world, and if we didn't know what we were doing, it would still look the same, right?
Absolutely. I mean, that's the thing. You know what I'm capable of with the equipment that I have? What? I'll show you. You ready?
Yep.
Check it out. Watch.
The police often question him just because they find him interesting.
I'm really good at this.
Beard alone has experienced more than a lesser man's entire body.
Look at that.
Are you liking
nobody cares.
Are you liking the new Streamlabs Pro? Is that what we got?
Dude, Streamlabs Ultra.
Oh, Ultra
is what it's called.
Is that way better than
absolutely, dude.
Do you wish you had it a long time ago?
I do.
Did you ever get your shorts figured out?
No, I still have not gotten that figured out.
I haven't fucked with the
And
Discord.
I've told that story on. I actually submitted. I finally got on the Discord and submitted a ticket. I believe they responded to me. I just haven't gotten back to get to that response. So I think we're in the right direction.
There you go.
But Yeah, dude, I pay for a service that will take all of our episodes and chop them up into like 1 minute shorts
I was going to say that.
for TikTok and all that. And
Yeah.
it's all AI. It's the one I pay for is called Opus Clips. The problem is I pay for it, but I can't find my paid
He
account.
got scammed by AI, dude. There's
I have
like,
two accounts.
My Little
with-
Toaster's fucking
with
living
Opus.
large.
Yeah, absolutely. I have 2 accounts with Opus. One from one email, one from another email, and neither of them. Tried to log in with the account that the receipts come to for the bills. Nothing. Says you're on a free plan. Can't do that on a free plan. I'm like, then where's my $9 a month going? It's $9 a month.
That's not a free plan.
Where's that going? You know, it's $9 a month, but that's like $100 a year.
Yeah, dude.
Something
AI.
like that.
They're
AI is out there
slowly-
growing on my dime.
Getting smarter. every
It's
second.
unbelievable.
supporting the takeover.
Yeah.
Dude, AI is crazy though. Like,
Dude, AI is
so like
sick.
Allie just finished her degree, her second degree.
Yeah.
So, but like a lot of the programming stuff that she had to do, like, because it was like a data analytics degree or whatever. So like a lot of the classes were like programming stuff or whatever. And like literally, if she got stuck on something, she could type what she had in ChatGPT or whatever, and it would literally spit the code right out. So like,
I have observed people using ChatGPT to create code.
yeah, easy.
And I was
just
like, that
you
is
can literally just type
unreal.
in like, hey, I want to use Arduino Nano and I want it to do this and blah blah
Right.
blah, and it literally, you tell it what all you have and it literally spits code out. You throw it in and it just works.
Yeah. It's unreal.
It's nuts.
People are writing novels now using that.
You know, it's still, for me, like, it's still a little young.
It is.
Yeah.
Like, because you read what it spits out. Sometimes when it spits out, like, you ask it for, I'll say dialogue, for lack of better terms, it's not good.
No.
Like, the information's good, but it's spoken like a robot.
Yeah. But what they'll do
That's
is
going to change.
what they'll do is they'll like plot it out. The AI will write it out, then an editor will come in and
Right.
fix the stuff. And it's
Right.
like,
And
can't
then
tell
it's
the
like
difference.
you've got good
Well,
content.
The cover of my book, when I was trying to get it done, one of the designers I hired was actually, he showed me the picture he came up with. I was like, oh, that's good. You know, can we adjust this? He goes, yeah. He goes, I'll just put in the prompts. I was like, you used AI to generate this? Which, you know, is like paying like a couple $100 for this. And he's just typing in a couple words. And
Sure.
plus you on Amazon, you have to tell them if you're using AI stuff on it. So I don't, you know, people in the book community don't like AI at all.
No.
So if you use
That's
that, it's
wild.
like- I was like, dude, you can't use AI.
So one thing I have enjoyed is I get a lot of suggestions. So like, and I'll be honest about this now because the campaign's over. But like when I was running for mayor, like I got a lot of suggestions from ChatGPT about different things that I would possibly encounter. Like I tried to think of everything and get in front of it, right?
Mhm.
And I was like, all right, Google, read article, just read. I've never read more in my life than when I was running for mayor. But part of that process was going into ChatGPT and seeing what it thought. Because the information is so good. Again, it spits it out like a computer program.
I mean, you
Campaign
probably
advisor.
could have got on AI and said,
But
like,
the information's so good.
Yeah.
you probably could have got on there and been like, been as specific as Columbus, Indiana, and it probably could have told you everything that's happening behind the scenes that you didn't even know existed because it's on some outlet somewhere that you don't see, and it could
Sure.
probably break it all down.
Like all the issues and
Yeah, it could probably tell you anything.
And I was wildly specific when I did that.
Yeah,
You know, and it was the information I
yeah,
got.
it's just crazy, dude. Imagine
Totally.
so like I was in my buddy's truck the other day, and you literally you drive, and I was driving. You're literally on a main road, like a state road or highway or whatever. You're on, and you literally hit a button on the steering wheel and let go, and it does everything for you. You don't have to touch a thing.
That's crazy.
Like it just does it. You're just you want to go around someone. You just flick your turn signal, and it'll blink 3 times, and it'll go around them.
Oh, you're talking about Jones's truck?
Yeah.
Yeah.
It's
sick.
it's
absolutely sick.
yeah. You literally just get in it and like
You put your destination in, and the steering wheel will make sure that you're staring at it Like
That's
there's
it.
a light on the steering wheel and it detects your eyes.
It makes sure
And
that
if you
you're,
look
it
away
makes sure
for
you're
too
looking
long,
at the
Gotta pay
road. Yeah.
attention.
it'll beep at you.
Can't be like Anchorman 2 when they're in the camper.
Yeah.
Yeah. As long as you're looking at the road, it's like, I mean, imagine like 10 years from now, dude, I doubt anyone will have to, they'll probably make cars without steering wheels at that point. Like, I mean, we've been to Vegas and gotten into a cab with no driver.
I was not there for that. I wish I was.
Okay. But I mean, you remember the time.
I remember the time.
I think it was like me and Andy and maybe Jones or Patrick. I don't remember.
Did you guys grab an Uber? Was it an Uber?
No, so I don't remember if we called an Uber or got like a cab from the concierge or whatever, but whatever it was literally pulled up. I think it was maybe an Uber and it pulled up and it's like, oh, it's his van, right? We get in, it's like, what the fuck? Like they had like plexiglass over the front seat so you couldn't even get into the front. And it's just like we get in and just everyone sits down and there's just, but it had like animatronics in the front seat, right? Like there was like a thing.
I'd be weird. I would rather see an empty front seat than fucking the Chuck E. Cheese people driving the fucking.
I mean, it was like
Uber.
when I say animatronics, I mean just like I guess like actuators and stuff that was operating everything.
Sure.
And we got yelled at for not having our seatbelts on. Like they came over like this little intercom system, like they could see us. So like, hey, I feel like seatbelts. We're like, oh shit, dude. Fucking.
I've heard from somebody who may or may not have been drinking that what they're wanting to go to is a subscription-based car system. So like instead of owning a car, you would subscribe and then they would send a car to you whenever you need it. Like you'd type out your schedule for work.
And then you just
They'd send you a car in the morning, pick you up, take you to work, go back to, whatever they do with it. And then send
I'd go for every ounce of that.
Oh yeah, it
100%.
sounds great. Like,
yeah, I mean, you wouldn't have
100%.
to own and maintain a car, dude.
especially go to the airport. You
Yeah.
know, go to the airport, pick you up, take you there.
I mean, I bet the subscription would be actually the subscription probably wouldn't even be super high because it would be
Couldn't be.
it would be like shared among everybody,
Gas.
right?
Yeah.
gas and like an Uber, maybe.
I doubt it'd be much gas.
around town. Honestly,
Well,
they would
if
probably
they're-
just go all EV.
well, especially if they're going electric. I mean, they just go somewhere and charge until
Yeah.
Well, because like now, like some of our buses have wireless charging pads, right? They just pull onto it and it just charges them.
So how do you get in the front of that as a potential like entrepreneur? Like, and I always think of things like that, like, oh man, got comments coming in hardcore. First of all, one that I didn't read a second ago, Jennifer Sorey says, "We love you, Justin."
Thank you, Jennifer.
Yeah, she's awesome. Johnny Cab from Total Recall.
Oh yeah.
Hi, Kelton. How you doing, bro? Derek Schubert. Oh no, I'm going the wrong way.
If anybody has any
No, yeah.
scores for the Rangers game, man, drop those in there.
Oh, okay.
I've
Not
never really watched
comments
hockey.
flowing in. Just this thing like copied the comments, and then like I have all the comments twice now. We need more people watching this show. You guys need to get on. Tell your friends. Share the
I
stream.
say I usually get on and like
Share the stream.
I usually get on and like see
Share the stream.
like
We've got viewers. We just need more.
yeah.
We've got
I
some
feel you.
people.
I feel you.
We just need more. We need them all. But of course, they probably listen on the old Spotify. By the way, this podcast is rebroadcast on Spotify. We upload the episodes directly after the live stream. Spotify, iTunes, Google Podcasts is where you can get the Mind Snacks podcast. I've said this in the past. It's getting better. I mean it this time. Don't I, Tyler?
Means it.
I put up a curtain
I know, dude.
because
like
I want our studio to look better.
Does it? I mean, it looks better on the
It
screen.
just hides that area up front where
Yeah.
we store all of our shit.
yeah,
You
yeah,
know?
and we got plans for back there.
Yeah, we got all kinds of stuff going on.
We get some good lighting in here.
All kinds of
We
stuff.
got plans, dude.
Brian York, how you doing? Oh man. Let me see. I'm going through. These comments are really strange now to read because it's like copied and pasted them all. It's strange. But Brian
That
York,
AI
how you
is-
doing? AI's out there doing this
Look at your
work.
comments.
But yeah, so we've got to, you'll notice behind JD there, big old black curtain that I should have probably put through the dryer or maybe given it a wash and dry. But
Nah, dude. It gives a little texture.
yeah, it's got that little texture about it.
Yeah.
But the biggest thing is it hides all that shit up front.
I look like really whitewashed from where I'm sitting. Do I look that?
There's a lot of light on you. That's one thing the curtains did is they kind of kept maintain all the light in this side of the room now
Yeah.
instead of letting the light go everywhere.
Yeah, because it used to be like really dark.
Yeah. So we have to.
Yeah, I feel like I'm kind of whitewashed.
Yeah. Well, I mean, you still look good.
I look good. I mean, that's why I did my face mask before I came. So it looked good in 4K.
Hell yeah, dude.
We ain't even in 4K.
We've never been
You're
in
like, dude, we're
4K.
in 720. We're in 480p.
The cameras can do
man.
4K.
I don't feel.
Yeah,
The cameras can do 4K. The computer is like, nah, bro.
it's like, bro,
The computer's like, I can do so much.
fuck some 4K, dude.
Yeah.
Go back to that 420.
The computer's
Yeah,
like, you
yeah,
want to
whatever
plug
it
in.
was.
It's
so
like auto buffering. Like,
Yeah.
what's the smallest you
Yeah.
can get? Like 360p.
this computer's like, you want to plug in 4K cameras and have me live stream in perfect timing online? No,
I ain't doing it.
no. You're going to have to get bigger.
Insert dollar bills if you want that.
Sure. You got a tipper. Got a tipper. You know you love her. Take a small break here to talk about a couple of people that make the podcast go around. All right. Listen, just like Home Doggy Daycare, those are our people. Okay. If
Literally.
you are leaving town, if you are wanting to get daycare services for your dog, if you wanted more light in your studio, oh, that doesn't apply. The lights just the rest of the lights just came
Let
on.
there be light, dude.
Yeah, right. Going away, need some doggy daycare services. Maybe you just want to get your dog socialized. All right. Maybe you don't want it to sit at home all day while you're working a 12-hour day. You're grinding at the factory, okay? Just like Home Doggy Daycare's got you covered. The business is ran out of the woman's house, okay? The dogs literally are just like a part of the family. Just like Home Doggy Daycare, you can find them on Facebook at Just Like Home Doggy Daycare or on the web at justlikehomedoggy.com. You may have to be away, but for your pets, Tyler, it'll be
Just like home.
that's right. Just like Home Doggy Daycare. Make sure you hit them up. Great dog daycare services. Look, I know the lady. She's my mom. I know she loves dogs. Amazing stuff.
You're like, seen it
Seen it for myself.
for myself.
Also, Edge Construction, the masters of the construction industry. I mean, wouldn't you agree?
I would agree.
I would agree. Edge Construction. You need some dirt work done, a little site development. Maybe you need some concrete put down.
Anything you need done.
Anything you need done. These guys got you. Call my man Brian Jones, 812-343-3035. Tell him the Mind Snacks podcast sent you. Tell him these two gents right here sent you. Okay? Tyler, me,
You
Sean
won't
B.
get a discount, but it'll be cool.
It will be cool.
Hey, you might get a discount. Who knows?
Yeah, I mean, maybe we will get a discount.
Maybe we'll get a discount.
You know?
Maybe
Who knows?
we'll get a discount.
Maybe we'll earn our keep.
Maybe we'll finally do that.
Earn our keep. Brian, Kelsey, Maddie, the whole staff here at Edge Construction, amazing people. If you need anything done, call Edge Construction. Again, 812-343-3035. Get that work done. Tyler, it's another Wednesday.
Another Wednesday.
We're here. It's hot, man.
It's hot.
It's so hot.
I feel bad for JD.
I don't,
mean, I've been-
I don't
I feel-
feel bad because you chose to wear that sweater.
No, I feel great right now.
You knew what the weather was like,
You
and
knew.
you still chose it.
Man, I went on I think it's probably a 15-mile bike ride before I came in here. Just training up, trying to turn my body into
So-
a finely tuned machine.
Yeah.
Oh, so
And-
you were talking about a triathlon.
Yeah, I'm training for the Columbus Sprint Triathlon.
Okay, so I didn't even know that was a thing.
Yeah, it used to be a big thing. Like they did it for years with the Foundation for Youth, and they stopped doing it, and they just brought it back a couple years ago.
Okay.
So I'm itching to get back into it. I used to a couple years ago, like right before COVID, I did a couple of them, and I just kind of fell in love with it.
Right.
Like,
Dude, speaking of turning your body into a finely tuned machine, I started taking a multivitamin 4 days ago. Dude, you think I'm fucking around? Like all jokes aside,
This dude's about to run a triathlon, and you're over here like, for everybody, there's one a day.
fucking baby steps, dude. Jesus Christ. I'm telling you, like, I don't know what nutrient or vitamin or a mineral that I was deficient in, but I'm sufficient now, dude.
Yeah?
I like literally 4 days, like after like day 3, I started to like feel pretty good.
I will tell you that I have seen the power of like what you put into your body,
Yeah, dude.
vitamin wise, supplement wise,
Yo.
and I've seen it work.
you are what you eat.
Yeah,
Yeah.
dude.
Say, man.
So I don't eat a lot of green vegetables. I've never been one to eat a lot of green vegetables, but I do have a super green supplement.
I just started taking those.
Dude, they're so good.
Yeah, they
You
make
mix
you
them
feel
with
all right,
what do you
man.
mix them with?
I just do the water, just chug it quick.
Ooh.
Well, I got the.
He's got the largest jug it quick.
No,
dude.
Ooh, okay.
well,
I don't know
had
that I could do that.
I had the unflavored ones, and I couldn't do it with that. I'd mix it with like a protein shake.
Okay, see,
But now I've got the. It's like a coconut
yeah.
flavored. It's like the Jocko Greens. I didn't want to get that brand, but it is cheaper than the
Yeah.
others. So I got it.
Yeah.
So I just get the regular unflavored greens, but I put them in apple juice and orange juice,
That'd work.
and it's so good, dude. I'm good with it.
I might
That's-
try that.
that's-
Good little juice shake. You
Yeah,
know,
yeah.
it gets all the green vegetables you need. Now, of course, there's still a value in the texture of eating green vegetables. Lettuce does things to your insides
like
that
a fiber.
super greens won't.
Yeah, you need that fiber.
Yeah. I also take a fiber supplement.
Clean the sidewalls.
Keep your
Yeah,
regular-
right.
Yeah, dude, like the things put in your body. That's why I got chickens, right? Like for just to have good quality
Farm
eggs.
fresh
Like,
eggs.
dude. Like I mean, eggs. Like if you go get at the store, whatever, cage free, free range chicken egg, and people are like, oh, they're the same eggs. No, they're not. Like if you crack them side by side to like a fucking Eggland's Best, it's noticeably different.
Yeah.
So it's like I just didn't want to pay the premium, so I'm like, fuck it, dude. I'll just get 4 chickens. I'll spend fucking $2,000. And no, I'm just kidding. I'm just like, but yeah, I just got chickens, and it's like the enjoyment out of doing it too.
I tell myself all the time I'm going to avoid like eating processed foods.
I
you
dude,
know,
I
eat
I
clean.
do everything I can to not eat processed
But
foods.
then I end up like peanut butter and jelly sandwich.
Yeah.
You know, I'm like that.
So tell me, what is define processed food?
like a lunch meat, right? Like that's like lunch meat is processed food.
Really?
Like
hot dogs are processed
cereal
food.
stuff is basically stuff you wouldn't find in nature.
Yeah, yeah. Like stuff that they have to make in a factory that they add a lot more shit that needs to be
Like
in it to keep it
everything's-
fresh.
Everything's processed to a point. Like
Bill
lettuce
Wilson.
and stuff.
How you doing? So we were talking about that farm fresh. Tyler actually raises eggs. He's got chickens now.
Well, I try. They haven't started laying yet, but like I'm
Okay.
probably what is it? 8 to 12 weeks out from getting eggs.
Okay. Yeah. So he had said find somebody local that raises them if you really want free reign. Tyler is somebody local.
So I get eggs from like Kevin that comes into the bar sometimes.
Yep.
I get eggs from him, buy him a beer, get a carton of eggs, and it's like his eggs are great, but it's like the only reason I got chickens is for just a reliable, constant source of eggs.
Turns out Derek Schubert has chickens too.
See,
How do we know so many chicken farmers?
fucking farmers, dude.
Farmers.
Them egg prices went up.
Dude.
That's what it
The
is.
egg
well,
prices
like-
did go up.
Like the one time there was the Eggland's Best thing burnt down, like their one of their chicken facilities burnt down. Remember? And then for like 3 or 4 months there were egg shortages and eggs. The eggs price like doubled.
Yeah.
It's like fuck. And I mean, I eat a fuckload of eggs.
Yeah.
Amelia, she eats a shitload of eggs because she's just starting to eat like eat whatever solids if that's what you call them. But like eggs is like a big thing for her, like because they're soft enough she can go to town on them.
Yeah.
So like between us three, we probably eat 18 to 24 eggs a week.
Oh, eggs are awesome.
Derek
I
said
love eggs, dude.
Derek said his chickens came with his house.
Oh, there you go.
Okay.
I got drunk the other night and just ate 3 boiled eggs for dinner.
Keldon said we don't refrigerate.
Hindsight, bad idea.
Keldon said we don't refrigerate our eggs here now. He's in the Philippines.
So here you don't have like if you don't like if I go get a chicken egg out of my coop and do not wash it, I can let it sit on my counter for like a month.
Yeah.
When they're laid, they have a natural protective like a breathable film kind of thing on them. So as long as you don't wash them, then you can just let them sit on your counter. And it's a ridiculously long amount of time, like a month or whatever. But
So now answer me this. If, like, say one of your chickens were to pass,
yeah,
would you then just hatch one of them?
so you have to have a rooster. So all chickens lay eggs, right?
Yeah.
All hens lay eggs.
Okay.
But you have to have a rooster for a hen for the egg to be a fertile egg.
Okay.
So like it's like grocery store eggs. You're not supposed to be able to hatch those. Some
we-
people can hatch them, but that's because they have roosters. We're not supposed
Did
to.
we just have
Sex talk?
the birds and the bees talk?
Yeah, yeah.
Is that what that was?
I accidentally backed into that one. I was not intending to go there to a birds and bees talk. But
I'll look it up on YouTube now. See
Yeah.
yeah.
how do
Yeah.
chickens.
Dude, so this is kind of fucked up, but I watched this YouTube channel sometimes. It's called Best Ever Food Review Show. You ever seen it? With Sunny Side. That's his name, Sunny Side. You know, like an egg. Like he's like a meteorologist name. But so he was in a country, I don't know, probably over close to the Philippines somewhere, like in that region, and there is a delicacy, and it is a hen. So they eat it for breakfast, and it's like a hen carcass, but it's got a fully formed egg, a partially formed egg, and then like a less partially formed egg, and like you like kind of pick the meat off of like the frame and eat that, but you like eat the partially done egg, like the partially formed eggs that are like kind of boiled inside of it. But it's like literally someone's job is to stick their finger in the chicken's ass, and when they feel an egg, like an egg that's getting ready to come out, they dispatch the chicken and like make this thing.
Time to go.
Yeah, because it's got a fully formed egg, and then another one that's got like a soft shell on it, kind of, and then one that's kind of just like a yolk and stuff with no shell on it at all, and it's like.
That feels really fucked up.
Imagine having the job of fingering the chicken's asses.
No.
That, like,
No. Now, where is this again? The Philippines?
No, I don't. I like don't like. For as far as location goes, I don't know 100%, but I think it's over in that region somewhere.
Okay.
But like, just judging by like the demographic of where like
that's like that coffee that
the cat shit coffee, dude.
Yeah.
Yeah. So
and it's like $1,000 for.
So they have the civet. The civets are the cats.
Yeah,
It's
yeah.
a cat, and it eats coffee cherries, and then basically defecates a coffee bean excrement.
little nugget.
And it looks just like a bunch of coffee beans. Like it looks like a turd, but it's just a bunch of coffee beans. They lay them all out, dry them, rake them and stuff, and then basically just sell them,
Supposed to be like
roast
that-
them and
supposed
stuff.
to
How
be
do
like
you
the best
know?
tasting coffee in
How
the
do
world.
you know all this? Like, where
What?
do you learn this stuff?
Fucking I watch a lot of like documentaries and
Like,
shit.
dude, I've seen a Dunkin' menu where it's like macchiato.
I forget the name of this stuff. Like the nickname,
Dark
the
roast?
nickname of
It's
it
like
is
Kopi.
I don't know.
Or,
The nickname is cat shit coffee. That's what they call it,
Yeah.
like the slang term. But it like it says their digestive system like does something to the bean.
yeah, it gets like enzymes that make it less
Yeah.
bitter. And,
Yeah.
So he says, Kelton says here, the delicacy is balut. It's a fully developed duck egg, all crunchy and
Ain't
whatnot.
never eaten that. I know what balut is. It's like a fermented baby duck inside the egg, I think. It's fucked up. Like it's gross. Like you basically eat a baby duck that's alive.
Bill Wilson says,
Well,
and
it's
that's
dead,
what's
but-
wrong with people drinking coffee. Just straight nasty. See, I don't drink that shit.
Nah,
Bill, I don't
and it's
drink
like
that.
And it's
I'm
like
not into that.
It's expensive because they like you can't really farm it, right? Like they.
I mean, you can, but
well, I mean, like, so they have coffee farms and they just have all these animals on there, and then they have to like go harvest the crap or whatever.
Yeah.
Before,
Well, there's a wild type you can
Yeah,
get.
yeah, and they probably
that
have some,
just
like,
go out-
captivity
like
stuff.
free
Yeah.
range.
free range cat shit coffee. Free.
I've always wanted to try it. That's like one thing. Like I've always wanted to
Yeah,
try it. But
yeah.
I can't. bring
these
myself to
animals
pay
were
for it.
never in danger at
It's
any moment.
it's so expensive, but I'm the same way. I just wanted to try one cup of it.
Happy cats create happy cat shit.
Yeah, dude.
Let's go.
Yeah, yeah.
happy cat coffee. That's
Oh my
Yeah,
god.
dude.
Ugh.
I'm telling you.
No thanks. Can I just get my regular ass dark roast? I want a little coconut, a little
It's
caramel, a
dark-
little cream, a little
it's
sugar.
It's a dark roast.
It's
Yeah.
a dark roast, dude. But yeah, no, yeah, I don't know. I've always wanted to try it just to try it. Like, there's a bunch of like one-off things that I'd just like to try once,
Yeah.
just to do it. But I don't think I would like it. But I'd like to just try it, just to be like, yep, hate it. But what if you try it and it's fucking the best coffee you've ever had, dude?
It's an expensive habit.
Then you'd be mad as fuck.
Well,
You're out there drinking Folgers, just pissed off. You're
Yeah, like no other coffee would ever be
like,
good enough anymore.
drinking what chock full of nuts or whatever that cheap coffee is,
Yeah.
like that big tub you get for like $10.
This away from me.
Yeah, get this fucking shit out of here.
So I'm wondering if it's the telephone system, if my wife is up ridiculously late for her, because she just texted me, "Good night, I love you," at 8:53 p.m.
What
Which
time
is-
is it?
which
It's-
would be
it's like
2:53 a.m. in
I
Italy.
was gonna say, dude, it's like,
I'm like, "Did you go party tonight, girl? Did you go out there and
or it might have just sent.
cut loose?" Yeah,
cut
who
loose.
knows?
I'm jealous, dude.
Have you seen her pictures?
Oh yeah,
phenomenal.
just seeing all the stuff is cool, right? But I'm
Yeah.
a foodie through and through.
Yeah.
like her food pics, dude.
Yeah.
She's in Italy.
Yeah,
Yeah, my wife is currently in Italy, and
Try some real Italian food.
I'll tell you what's crazy is she texted me, she FaceTimed me the other morning at like 4:45 a.m. And I'm like, hello? She's like, I'm walking up to the Coliseum. You got to see this. I'm like, Sarah, do you know what time it is? She goes, actually, no. It's like, it's 4:45 a.m.
Actually, no.
She's like, oh, this 6-hour time difference is really fucking with me. I'm like, you immediately knew it was a 6-hour time difference. You just forgot to do the math.
Yeah.
Oh, it's the Coliseum, though.
But she's right.
Yeah.
It's the Coliseum. You got it. Like, I'm like, yeah, I know it's 4:45 a.m., but show me that shit. Turned her camera around. She's walking up to the Roman Coliseum, and I'm like, God damn it. She texted me the other day, and she was like, I literally want to live my life as if I was in the Roman Empire. Like, that is going to be my whole personality now, the Roman Empire.
See,
like,
dude? That, like,
we are.
I think about the fucking Roman Empire way too much.
Here we are.
No, but, so we're going back to the UK in June. So, and that, yeah, the 5-hour time difference really fucks with you.
Yeah.
But I want to go see Westminster Abbey. Like, I want to go tour Westminster Abbey so bad, dude.
Sure. That, I mean, I would want to do all that London stuff if I were in London.
The
Yeah.
history over there, man, is like...
Dude, like, you get a
I've
bottle
only-
of water. I got a bottle of water. It's like Irish Springs water, and it's like established 1059 or some bullshit.
Yeah.
I'm like, what?
I've only been to London in the airport. But Sarah told me today, she was like, we're going to a coffee shop tomorrow that was opened in 1700.
Yeah.
I'm
we,
like,
we ate at a place in London. Like, obviously it's not original, right? But it was built, like, there were some pieces of it that were still there from like 15 whatever.
yeah,
Like they were probably redcoat. It was right on the River Thames. Like, they were probably redcoats eating there.
yeah.
And then like, oh fuck, gotta sail out to the colonies tomorrow, fight
Right.
these little idiots.
Right.
But-
So that's another thing in Dublin. There's a bar called the Brazen Head. It's the oldest pub in Dublin.
Yeah.
And they have the original portion of the building. And it's so fucking wild, dude.
Yeah.
To think that you're standing there drinking in a place that's been, 1193 is when it opened.
Yeah, it's fucking nuts.
You know, and it's like, yeah, that predates America. It predates the discovery of this motherfucker.
Yeah, that predates a lot
Like,
of shit.
that's
dude.
300 years before Columbus.
Mm-hmm.
You know, there's a bar in Antolone, Ireland that opened in oh god, I want to say it's like 800 something.
Yeah.
Like, and it's still owned by the same fucking family.
That's like that castle in Germany that's been occupied by the same family for like 800 years. It's like 30 generations or some shit.
Yeah.
Like, they still occupy and live there.
That's crazy.
It's like, imagine like the shit that's in that. Like, there are probably suits of fucking armor in there that someone actually wore.
Right.
Like that was like their fucking knight of some kind. And
Right.
like, that's their armor that they wore, right? Like the big tapestries and shit hanging up. Like, you know that there's just so much history in there.
Right. It's crazy.
Which
man.
that's the cool thing to me. Like,
yeah.
like to
Hell
me,
yeah. That was the coolest part about going to Europe.
yeah. Well, and that's Allie. She wants to go bad. So like, she was gonna go last year, but obviously she was pregnant, didn't want to go over there and do that stuff. And I told her now, I'm like, we might as well wait until Amelia's like 5 or 6, right? Like, where she's old enough to where she's gonna remember some of this stuff.
Right.
Because like, you take her there like when she's like 1 or 2, and it's just like you're lugging around a toddler that's not gonna remember any. Sure, you're gonna take pictures of her and stuff.
It's like
there.
taking them to Disney World when they're 4 years old.
They're not
Like,
gonna remember that
Wait
shit.
till they're 9.
Yeah.
Wait till they're 9.
Let them remember this stuff.
Right.
Like, yeah, you're gonna remember taking them, but they're not gonna have any idea.
Right.
But yeah, so I think we're gonna try to plan, and we're gonna try to start putting money back like now, soon, right? So that way we can. Because I told her, I'm like, if we all fly there, we want to fly like first class. Like, we want to
Sure.
fly in the front of the plane. Like,
Sure.
when we fly for work, we're in like the middle, like the plus section,
Right.
but it's still AIDS compared to like what you could be in. Because
Sure.
like up in the front, you get your seat reclines all the way, lays flat. You
yeah.
have your own cubicle.
Lay flat.
That's a long flight to be
Dude,
packed in,
dude.
tight.
And they serve you 2 meals on there. So like, you're sitting there trying to eat like this, and I'm like, yeah, this ain't happening, dude.
You know, though, I'll be honest. Like, when I went, like, an 8-hour flight's not that bad.
Dude, I fucking hate it.
Yeah, it's
If
not
you
that
can sleep, if you can sleep,
I can't sleep on a plane.
bad. Oh, see, I totally.
I can like doze
Can.
in and out, but I can't take a solid sleep on a plane.
the best flight I ever had, we were coming back and I fell asleep and woke up and there was a plate of food in front of me and I ate it, fell asleep again, and the plate of food was gone
Yeah.
afterwards. I was like, that's awesome.
Yeah.
Fell asleep.
They just take
Best
care of
flight
you.
ever.
Like that's like when we fly there, we get like the Comfort Plus seating, which is like not cattle but not first. So it's like we can still drink for free there. So it's like every time they come around, they're like, "Oh, any libations?" We're like, "Fuck, hell yeah, dude! Might as well
Bring 'em
me,
on.
might as well bring me a can of wine.
Yeah.
Right.
13 cans of wine later, you like
Long
land
flight.
and you're like, whoo.
Let's go.
But yeah, like London is. I told Allie, I'm like, going to London's cool because like there's literally a hotel, London Heathrow. It's like attached to the airport. Like you
Yeah.
literally walk out
You
the
were talking
airport.
about this.
You go to that hotel and it's nice, right? Like
Yeah.
there's like a nice restaurant. But the best thing about it is you literally go down to like the basement level, and you walk to the tube. Like you go to the Heathrow Express. That takes you to like the main station, and you can just train everywhere, and then just go right back to your.
Yep.
And sure, there's a lot of places around London that you can like walk to the tube from your hotel.
Yeah.
But like that one, it's literally just attached to it. Like
Right.
and it's like a cheap hotel. Most of them are like, I mean, it's not like cheap, but it's compared to what's around. But yeah, dude, it's just so cool to just
Well,
see
the,
shit.
The public transportation over there is pretty amazing too.
Yeah.
Like, you
Oh,
can get
dude.
anywhere without a car.
We got in a taxi and he actually stopped and made us get out because like they in London, like London is
You were
in-
talking about this last week, I think.
Yeah, London is in zones. I didn't know if you
Right.
knew that. So like it's in zones, and like if you pass into a zone, they charge you like a tax. So like every time you pass into different zones, like they charge you, right? So like we're in a taxi and the fare is $10, but it's gonna charge him 16 to go across this imaginary line. He's like, man, I can't really.
What
He's
do
like,
what's that for? Is it?
because of queens and kings, I guess. I don't know. Keep them rich. I literally don't know why.
The usual.
I literally don't know why.
just regular shit, you know?
Hey, that's the reason we left, brother. But yeah, no, I literally don't know like. I assume it's just for, like city maintenance and shit like
Yeah.
that. But yeah, it's so Buckingham Palace can have extra plush toilet paper and gold seats.
Right.
The new king needs some new things, man.
Yeah, dude. Yeah, imagine how old is he? Like 70. Imagine being 70
Yeah.
and never having to do
Well-
your job your whole life, and now you're like, fuck, I don't know how to run a goddamn country.
When the queen was
Four
been around for
countries.
like 70 years, so she had all this decor that they need to replace.
Yeah, dude. Oh yeah, that's the thing. Is like as soon as one's gone, the other one's like, fuck, reprint all the money and
Yeah.
take down Granny's curtains, brother. We're vamping this
That's right.
bitch up.
He'll be on the new money, won't he?
Yeah.
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 Yeah. He'll be
So-
on the new money.
Yeah. So when we go this time, hopefully they've got it. I assume they've got it mostly changed out by now. They're probably pretty quick about that kind of thing. But I got one with the Queen on it.
I don't
so
think
when
they do it until coronation, though.
When is that?
It hasn't happened. I don't. I guess I don't follow the royal family that much, but I know coronation took like forever. Like, hold on a minute. I'm going to Google this real quick. King Charles coronation.
I'm hoping that I can get some like money like with him on it, and then I know he probably ain't gonna last that long. So when I go back, I'll get money with. So I have like 3 generations of euro or whatever
Okay.
I wonder if that
or pound.
is the old money still as good.
Okay. Never mind.
the
It
old
was
queen?
May 6th of 2023. It was my 42nd birthday.
There you go.
Okay, so I was 40. I'm 43 now. It's been a while.
You have more
Okay,
important things to
okay.
worry
It's
about.
not
So they should
It's
have
happened.
they should have it mostly switched out by now.
Yeah.
But like I'm like a currency collector.
Oh, yeah.
Like I mean not huge, but I collect currency. Like I have a bunch of old coins.
Oh, that was the coolest thing about
Jimmy
going to another
Norton, what's
country.
going on,
He's
Bubby?
using different money.
Yeah.
So you're like, can I do this? It's like Monopoly money. You're like,
Right.
No, dude. The best
weird.
thing, like the only time I've experienced that was Mexico, right?
Mm.
And the U.S. dollar down there is like fucking gold. So like if you have USD, you can do anything you want basically.
Yeah.
But like Europe, it's you kind of want to exchange it for
Yep.
the pound and the euro,
You do.
just because I mean the dollar's not as strong usually.
Well, the thing about
They kind of fluctuate, but
the thing about Europe, though, like especially in like the Western European countries, like your regular ass bank card would be fine.
yeah.
You know, anytime like when I was in Ireland, when I was in Sweden,
Yeah, that's
Amsterdam, I used my debit card. Like,
yeah. And that's what we got in one cab, and the guy closed it out early and was like, he closed it out like as soon as we stopped, and he's like, I have to take cash because I already closed the thing, right?
Yeah.
We're like, brother, we don't have cash, like, so we had to send send an engineer. We're like, hey man, you gotta have this guy take you to a fucking ATM and withdraw some money,
Right.
And he's like looking at us like, are you fucking kidding me? We're like, I mean, it's a sketchy ride in the first place, and we're like, dude, you gotta go.
yeah. Oh,
Dude, I'll bring something cool back this year to eat on. Last time I brought back a 3-pack of
UK,
Snickers.
Snickers. He brought the UK Snickers.
And they're actually like the ingredients list is actually different.
They're pretty damn good. Like,
And they're made
Oh
different.
yeah, it's like
they're not packed full of sugar.
Tastes different in general.
Yeah.
well, it's just not packed full of sugar.
Yeah, and like there are certain ingredient like Mountain Dew is not even legal over there.
Really.
Yeah. So like there are certain things that aren't even legal there because of like what it's got in it. So like the chocolate and it was made in I think Ireland is where it was from, the distribution, the Snickers, but it was noticeably a different candy bar.
So Keldon says here currently the peso is 58 peso for $1 US. A fifth of brandy is $2 US.
Fuck.
That's crazy.
Where's he at? The Philippines?
Yeah, the Philippines.
So me and James were looking whenever he was getting out of the military, he was getting medically discharged or whatever. So he was going to get a government paid every month for getting medical discharge out or whatever.
Right.
And in that time, we were looking because he worked with me at Cummins or whatever, or he still does. But we were looking then because he didn't have anything really. Like he didn't have his wife or kids at the time, and like he was just kind of him, right? 20 years old or whatever he was. And it's just like we looked at the top 10 countries where the U.S. dollar could go real far, and like there's some countries, dude, like. For $300 US a month, you can literally almost live like a king.
Like what is it? Bali.
Yeah,
It's like that.
There's a bunch like there's a handful of countries.
Like it's expensive to get to Bali, but once
you're there, dude,
you're good.
You're fucking golden.
I need that in my life.
Yeah.
Feel a
Yeah.
little richer.
Well,
Yeah.
and that's like we were looking, and he was like Jesus Christ, because like he knew how much he was gonna get, and he was like, fuck, dude, I could like live very good. I'm like,
Right.
fucking do it, dude. I'll come visit all the time.
Jimmy Norton says we make wrappers for overseas and Mexico for cookies and Hall's wrappers. It's got to be weird, like seeing all the different. I always like different language stuff, like when stuff's in a different language, language barriers, things of that nature. That stuff excites me.
Dude,
I like my
did I tell you guys
that.
did I tell you about my recent language barrier?
No,
The fucking Verizon letter?
yeah, you did tell us about that.
I heard
Those
that. I was listening to the podcast.
those
motherfuckers.
They told him
dude.
his bill went up by
And they sent it in Spanish.
They said it in Spanish.
Yeah, luckily like back to the phones being really fucking smart, dude. I literally just pulled my normal iPhone camera up and like it highlighted the text and I just clicked on it and at the bottom it said translate and I said, here we go. And I said, no wonder they sent it in
Tried
Spanish.
pulling a sneaky on you.
Yeah, dude. They're like, oh, here we go. We'll send him all this and he won't go take the time to fucking look at it.
So I
Jokes on them.
I like my tequila in Spanish.
Sure.
Yeah.
Like when I go somewhere and they ask me like what tequila you want, I'm like, get me the dirtiest.
Give me a bottle I can't read.
Yeah, if you can read it, I don't want it.
Well, that was the thing too about being in like when I was in Stockholm, like I wanted to try some new things. So anything that was printed in English, I was like, oh, let's do. You have a more Swedish like version of this, like because I want to try
So-
new shit.
You went to a football game there, right?
I went to a soccer game, yes,
Yeah,
football game.
Football game.
Yep.
So did you drink? Did you get to drink alcohol while you watched the game?
I don't know. I didn't try.
So like in because where we stay in Milton Keynes, we stay at a soccer pitch. Like
You had told me that.
yeah, and you're not allowed. Like even the bar. Like there are windows. There's like a restaurant there, and there are windows on like one side, but like the bar, there is no windows, and like
Right.
you're not allowed to drink alcohol while you're watching the
Right.
football game.
They get pretty rowdy.
Yeah, well, and I didn't know if that was just I didn't know if they like had made that rule like almost or if it was just like certain spots.
I don't know.
Don't we have like the like baseball after the 7th inning? Is that still a thing?
So they close the concession stands after
Okay.
the 7th inning. But
I'm gonna try to get some merch when I go back. The Milton Keynes Dons, dude. That's the team.
that's got to be pretty cool stuff. I mean, I have a scarf.
That's what I was gonna
From,
get. I was gonna get something like
from-
that.
We went and watched a club called Hammarby,
Yeah.
which is the top tier Swedish football.
Yeah.
And dude, so much fucking fun. I'm singing all these songs in Swedish. I have no fucking idea what I'm saying.
Yeah, dude. But you're having a good ass
Oh
time.
my god, just mouthing along. Because if you didn't sing and jump and fucking get rowdy, like
You didn't
you
fit
were
in.
obviously just like not supposed to be there.
Yeah.
I've got a couple European soccer jerseys. Well, Scottish, European, but it's
Yeah,
all
yeah.
Scottish. Like I've got the Scottish national team and I've got the Glasgow Rangers
Oh, cool.
jersey. So
Nice.
Yeah, dude. It's
Represent.
just a different world over there.
We got a few more minutes to talk before we go, and I want to kind of get back to the life of Fish. And
Life of Fish.
I had a couple of questions for you, like, talking about now this is your second release,
Right.
the follow up to the novel.
Yep.
What experiences did you take from the first book to get to what did you find smoother or easier this time because you had learned that lesson the first time?
I think it was mostly like the revising process.
Yeah.
Like I learned a lot about the revising process. You
Okay.
know, like writing a first draft is you just kind of plow through it. And that's how you
Sure.
kind of know if you got a story that's going to work. Because
Right.
the more you're into it, the more,
Right.
But the revising process throws people off because like everybody thinks, oh, I got to have it right the first draft.
Right.
Got to have it perfect. It's like, no. The first draft is always garbage.
Okay.
So this time I was more patient. I went through it, did all my revisions and everything, and that was and being patient with the editing. When I
Right.
did hire an editor, I learned a lot about that. So yeah, I learned a lot, but also I changed up my writing style so much that it was almost like brand new.
Okay.
Like writing in a first person perspective rather than third person and not science fiction. So it was new, but I knew how to do it.
Right on.
So that was kind of cool.
And did you self-publish this one too?
Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah, but that kind of dissuades some people sometimes when you say self-publish because you're like, oh, it's so easy to do. But I did go through the process of like hired an editor.
Yeah.
I did everything a publishing company would do.
Okay.
Like I didn't cheap out. Like I actually almost went broke doing it.
Yeah.
I like my entire profit sharing that we got from work,
Went into the
dumped
book.
it into it. Just but that's
Now-
you can't make music without instruments.
Sure.
So you
Sure.
gotta
Now,
do
not to
something.
get into too much personal stuff, but I mean, I don't know. I haven't seen numbers from like the success of Salvation
Right.
or did that money come back?
I didn't make it all back.
Okay.
In making it back, I was never worried about.
And I knew that wasn't your
Yeah,
driving force. Like making money wasn't your driving force.
Like right now, I'm just like I'm willing to spend the money and like lose out just to get it out there.
Sure.
Because now it's out there, and if the right person sees it,
Sure.
and with Salvation, especially, like I truly believe like that's just waiting on an audience.
Yeah.
Like I think it's as good as anything.
It's like I said, I'm not a reader,
No, I don't.
but I myself even got through 3 chapters and I'm still like, I got to pick this back up. I got to pick this back up. And I'm just not a reader.
And that's why I said it's a hard sell because like it's not the 19th century.
Right.
People aren't spending like months going over on a boat and don't have the time to read it. So
Right.
it's like it's a hard sell. But
But I will tell you, like my wife is a big time reader.
yeah.
She spends her time reading books. Now she's kind of gotten into like, I don't want to call them romance novels because she doesn't read smut.
Okay.
But
I was gonna bring that up.
She doesn't read smut, but they're still like kind of I don't know, I call them billionaire fantasy books.
Right.
Like it's like
like
you look at a
50
book
Shades
like
of Grey or something like that?
No,
Or-
not even that. Like King of Wrath.
Oh,
like
okay.
they're not. They're kind of along that avenue, but they're not dirty per se.
'Cause I was gonna say because I've heard that there's like the genre of like fairy and ogre, like erotic stories of like
I have never heard of that.
fantasy. Oh man, I never heard of it either. But
I
You guys need
really-
to borrow a book.
I got to be honest. Like if my wife started reading, ogre fantasies, I mean, I'm a 320-pound man.
It's just
like,
Shrek.
I've got to feel good about
Shrek,
that.
the last chapter. dude.
Yeah.
it's like Shrek with a little more wiener in it.
Yeah, yeah. I've got to keep going with this big ogre thing.
Hell yeah, dude.
If I see her picking that up, that's the direction I'm
Sean
headed.
calls me. He's like, Tyler, I need you to paint me green.
Tyler.
I'm like, what?
That's what's crazy. Is like
I'm like, come over, dude.
I hear about stuff like that. I'm like, really? People were reading this? Like,
Yeah.
I'm in the wrong, totally doing the wrong thing here.
Right.
But
Dude, yeah, people do like it's
I guess
people read weird shit.
People
We'll have to-
read weird shit.
We'll have to start writing about ogres, I guess.
Oh man, no. See, if you become a romance novelist, like, I mean,
Well, in The Life of Fish, the guy has a dream about becoming a writer.
yeah,
And this is based off a conversation I had with my cousin actually, but he gets famous, or not famous, but like he gets published by writing a romance novel, like accidentally. He just wrote it on the side. He never intended, and he gets discovered by that romance novel.
Oh wow.
So he's dealing with like he wants to be a horror author, but he's got this romance novel that he wrote that everybody likes. And he's like, ugh.
That's wild.
Have you ever,
You know,
watched
but
Castle? You ever watch that show?
Oh, I've heard of it.
It's good. Like he's like a mystery, like a crime writer.
Yeah.
And the
oh,
guy,
Castle is good.
yeah, the guy we were talking about earlier, I forget his fucking name still, but he's like Castle plays cards with that guy.
Yeah.
But like, yeah, he's like a crime novelist or whatever, and he is friends with the like he's like super famous guy, and like he is a friends with the mayor, so he gets to hang out with this the NYPD chick she becomes like the main character of like his next 7 books or whatever.
Yeah.
But it's a good show.
Yeah.
Like it's not just about writing, but he's a writer, and it's just a good show if you're
They
looking
go
for
to
something.
him for like crime advice, like because he's a crime
yeah,
writer.
yeah. So he
Nice.
like follows him on cases and like kind of like research and stuff. But it's a cool show.
Not bad. So, all right. Kind of wrap it up here a little bit, but I want to give Justin a chance. Is there anything that you would tell people, potential readers of The Life of Fish, or people who might be looking for a new novella to go and
Right.
to go
So-
and purchase or to go and read?
So I've had a lot of people tell me, they said, my last book, they said, well, you know, science fiction is just not my thing. I'm like, okay, I'll write a contemporary novel for you. So, you know, if science fiction is not your thing, if you like real life stuff with a little more emotion and real life stuff going on, this would probably be for those people that weren't
Sure.
into the last one. So, but I'm proud of it. Like, I mean, it came out of a place of like, you know, like I said, it was a lot more personal than I even like to get into.
Yeah.
But I'm happy with it. So I think other people, hopefully it resonates with people like,
Right.
who kind of go through the same thing. Like it deals with like, you know, a little bit of mental health issues and, you know, divorce and
Oh,
stuff
man.
like that. So I think it'll resonate more with people like on an emotional
You
level.
can like relate to it.
Yeah. Hope so.
Interesting.
If I did it right.
Yeah. But
Interesting.
that's one of those things. Like once it's kind of like the snowball effect, right?
Yeah.
Like a few people read it and they're like, oh my god, and then they just tell their friends and tell their friends and tell their friends, and
Yeah,
it just kind of expands and
Sure.
blows up.
And it's not meant to be like about, you know, like depressing stuff. It's really more of a
It's real life.
turning it around, you know, like
Yeah.
finding, you know, because you got 2 options in situations like that. You know, you could either roll over or quit, or you just keep charging ahead with what you're
Yeah.
doing, and you know maybe something good will happen out of it.
Yeah,
So
yeah.
it's kind of deals with those.
Yeah, some people might find inspiration in it.
Yeah, hope so.
Interesting.
Yeah.
One more last question. How? Maybe I have 2 questions. No, we'll just go with the one. How do people get it?
Amazon right
Amazon?
now. I've got it on Amazon through you can get a paperback, or it's on e-reader.
Okay.
It's much cheaper on e-reader if
Okay.
you want to get it there. So, I'm looking at other places because I've heard there's other places to do it at. And like I said, I'm not very tech savvy. If I had more money, I'd hire somebody to do this stuff for me.
Sure.
But yeah, so right now Amazon.
Okay.
I'm trying to get through the bookstores. You know,
Yeah.
like Viewpoint Books here in town.
So how do you do that? Like, what is the
I don't know.
process?
You know, I went down there with my last book,
Yeah.
and you know, they said, "Well, here's an email. Email them. You know, we'll talk to them about maybe getting books in store." And I emailed them. I never heard anything back.
See, because I can't believe. Now, I remember a bookstore like Cummins Bookstore when that was open. I can't believe it's closed. I still to this day, and I'm not even a reader guy, but that was a very, very long standing local business. But like a place like that, a local bookstore, even like
Yeah, and
the
I'm
ones
not
we
like
have now, like
I'm not like trying to dog them or anything because
No.
maybe I just did it wrong. But
oh gosh no,
I'm basically saying like I don't know exactly what I'm doing.
Yeah.
I'm just kind of winging it. So,
sure.
So if you
That's how we
is
live our
listening-
lives, brother.
It's how we live life.
Winging it.
Quarter mile at a time.
Quarter mile at a time.
So if I can get in there, or you know, maybe even try to get in the library or something, just
Yeah.
so people can check it out.
Yeah.
You know, they got them like they're like signpost libraries
Yeah.
little boxes stuff. Every time I see one, I throw a copy in there for people
Okay.
Oh
maybe
yeah.
to read. So
So I
I
can't
know a lot of
believe.
people that go to there and they'll
Yeah.
take some books and take some.
well,
like,
the last one I put it in. I actually went there again and I checked it out and it was gone. So somebody took it.
Okay.
Yeah.
So I just wonder, like, sometimes, like, why don't we do a better job of supporting an artist locally?
I don't know.
You know, and you had mentioned that earlier. Like, why don't local radio stations play local music for a little
Yeah.
while? What's the problem with
Yeah,
that?
like I mean, it would take 20 minutes.
Yeah.
You could play like 2 songs.
Just highlight a couple different
Yeah.
people locally and then
Right,
move on.
the library. Like I said, I was supposed to do a book signing in Seymour.
Yeah.
and that was in a brewery. You know, like that. What's the Rails?
Rails?
Yeah, I can't remember the name of the place. It's like Rails something.
Yeah.
But
so it's not Spike and Rail. No, that's in.
it's a brewery
Greensboro.
right next to the railroad tracks. Pretty
Okay.
cool place.
Yeah,
Great food.
I think I've eaten there.
Yeah, but they had like 18 people, authors, going to be there doing a book signing, like a fair. I'm like, that's a brewery doing that. It's like, where's the libraries at?
Why in the library doing that? Why
Yeah.
isn't why aren't the local bookstores doing
And not to
Yeah.
dog them, but you know,
No,
it's
no,
like,
no, but-
they're the ones who should be thinking of this stuff. Like,
Sure.
where are they at? Maybe I'm just like I'm not in the loop.
Dude, honestly, even like the farmers market, like
I have seen people like,
yeah, because like I mean, we go to the farmers market every weekend, right? And there's like all kinds of stuff. Like I don't know.
There's
if-
stuff I
yeah.
never would have imagined I'd find at the farmer's market.
Yeah.
that is actually a good place to like.
Yeah,
I thought about doing that, but
I will tell you a place too that I got a lot of traffic. I did the 4-H fair when I was running for mayor. I got a little spot, cost me $300
Yeah.
for the duration of the fair. I talked to everybody.
yeah.
Everybody. What are you doing? Running for mayor. Why would someone want to do that? Don't know.
AI.
Don't know.
Why would I wanna
Chat
run for mayor?
GPT. What am I up to?
why do I want to run from there?
Help.
How do I avoid making napalm?
Yeah, but I'm sure that there are people out there, you know, like I'm sure willing to do that. It's just me not knowing what I'm doing.
Sure.
You know, I'm a factory worker, and
Sure.
you know, I don't know.
It's like that's. I wish I was better at like video editing and
Yeah,
making videos
Right.
and doing cooking stuff. Like I can do one half of it, but the tech side, I cannot do.
And that's my
Ooh,
thing. You know, it's like I could write the books. I put a lot of effort into writing and getting it right. But man, it's like coming to the other side of it, like
Yeah.
selling it. I'm like,
We have
I just don't. And I like mine is. I just don't have enough time to play to do it.
We have a problem. We have a problem.
What happened?
Next week's guest is in the comments.
Who?
Kyle Killinger. How you doing, buddy?
Oh
We will
shit!
see you right here in the studio next
Is he
week.
gonna bring something hot? I hope not.
You just never know. You just never know
I
what
had
he's going to
something
do.
hot that I was gonna bring next time he was on, but I
Yeah?
don't remember where it's at.
Yeah, well, we got a week to find it because we'll see Kyle here right here in the studio next
I
week.
might bring that blueberry hot sauce my boss had.
Let's go.
It's different batch this time. It's actually good.
Right on.
It's actually good.
Justin, anything else you want to say before we go?
nah, man, just thank you.
Hey,
Thank you for having me again, man.
Don't thank me, man.
Thank
I
you.
appreciate the fact that you're here.
Thank you for supporting, you know, the
Dude,
little guys out there who are trying to.
That's the direction we're
make
trying to
something
go.
happen.
That's the direction we're trying to go. We just
Yeah.
want people that are doing great things to be here and be a part of what we got going on.
Yeah.
You
Be
know, 'cause-
local.
Yeah, because there's so many people out there that are doing awesome shit
Yeah.
that are just not getting the credit they deserve. And like I said, I don't know what reach or pull we have, but I know there are people who listen to or watch this show.
Right.
So wherever we got to start.
And the people out there, you know, like listening, like give local people a chance. you know,
Let's
like,
go.
Don't think it's going to be bad just because they're local.
Yeah.
You know?
No.
Like,
Well,
give them a
that's
chance because
A lot of people don't even know what's right under our noses, right?
right,
Right.
right. Like musicians. I mean,
Yeah.
there's tons of musicians out there that are doing stuff, and you wouldn't know about it.
No, so I want to do a cooking event like downtown,
Mm-hmm.
and I want to do Taste of Columbus, right? I want to go shopping at the farmers market, and everything I cook for like a 3 or 4 course meal for like 40 or 50 people, everything will be from the Columbus farmers market,
Right.
grown right here in town.
That's cool.
Anyone can have access to it, like just all fresh stuff, right? Like, and it's like people could like people they don't know it's there and available.
Sure.
There's a lot of talk about community, but there's not a lot of talk about community.
Sure.
You know what I mean? Like everybody likes
Yeah.
to say, "Oh, we're community." It's like, are you really though?
Yeah.
Like, are you doing? Are
Yeah.
you looking to see what's out there? And
Well-
I'm guilty of it. You know?
Well, one thing that I know he and I have vowed to do, the events that take place in this room on Wednesday nights are now about community.
About community.
Yep.
Like it.
Yep. Turns out we don't even want to be famous nationally.
Locally.
Local famous. Let's
Dude,
get it.
and speaking of
Look
local
what happens
famous,
to
dude,
them people though.
like
you know?
Yeah,
I feel like we already are kind of local famous.
Oh, dude, absolutely.
Because I'll be walking through Kroger, and this happens literally all the time. Like, I'm not even exaggerating. All the time. Literally, not even kidding. Like, probably a few times a month, a new person that I've never seen before. Oh, hey, Tyler, what? I'm like, looking at him, I'm like, what? I'm like, then I just think, I'm like, well, did I get drunk and meet this guy one time? And they're like, oh, you don't know me, but I watched the podcast of you and Sean. I'm like, okay, that makes a lot of sense. I get this a lot, right?
Yeah.
And I mean, that happens a lot.
Yeah.
That's why I don't put my picture on the back of my books because I can't have people coming and stopping
Yeah.
me everywhere I go. You know, like I got to get my stuff done.
Yeah.
Tyler and I rarely put our faces out there in public.
We rarely do.
Wait, we do a lot.
Oh yeah, is it public? Fuck. Yeah. But yeah, dude. I get it all the time, and it kind of just make you feel good, right? Like,
Yeah.
Right.
hey,
Yeah.
man. Didn't know.
Anytime somebody acknowledges you like that,
It's cool just to like the feedback we get. It's like, all right, we're not getting the, obviously we're on the right track, but we're not getting the we're not where we want to be yet with it.
Yeah.
But it's cool when somebody's like, hey, I love what you do. Like,
yeah. I
thanks.
had somebody at work the other day. I was walking out and I seen him, but I didn't really know him, like don't talk to him. But they asked me, they said, hey, did your new book come out yet? And I was like, yeah, it just came out. They're like, well, congratulations. I was like,
Yeah.
I was
Thanks,
like,
man.
Yeah.
Kyle says, oh, you're Kyle. You're that guy that runs a lot.
Yeah.
Same thing.
That guy
We're going to
that
have
runs.
that guy that runs a lot right here in the studio next week. That's right. Justin, anything else? One more chance for anything else you want to blurb
Shameless
before
plugs.
we go? Shameless
if
plugs.
if you guys out there like to read, man,
Yeah.
Salvation, Life of Fish.
Yep. Author
On
JD
sale now.
Clason just released the second title.
Semi-finalist Science Fiction Award. It's
There you go.
legit.
Like, it's got to
legit.
be good.
It's legit.
It's legit.
Gotta be
Give it
good.
a try. That's all I got.
Kyle says he might run to the studio.
Don't do that, Kyle.
Tyler, any final thoughts before we go?
No final thoughts, dude.
What is it with you?
I gave you all my thoughts in the whole beginning. I thought it all earlier, dude.
The man is spent.
Yeah, I
Right.
thought it all earlier.
Right. Well, again, thank you guys for checking out the Mind Snacks podcast. We definitely appreciate everybody that takes their time to give us their time and check out these awesome people we have on here. It continues. It continues next week. So wait for that. Wait for that
We
drop
get to
on iTunes.
meet the man, the myth, the legend,
That's right.
the feat,
That's right.
Kyle.
I'll be checking
Again.
that out.
Yep.
Again,
Have a
Hey,
great
Kyle.
night, guys.
I always like Kyle.
We appreciate everything, and I'm going to click this button here so I can just sickly fade out of here. We'll be gone.